Welcome back to the channel. We've got the weeping willow log up on the mill. It's got a crack in it, a stress crack. This log wants to move this way. Remember I was telling you that this was going to move this way? That's why I put it that way. So I've got all 3 points leveled up at 19 inches. My next cut's going to be at 19 inches. That'll leave me some wane on the other side, but I'm not that worried about that. So that was 19 inches. I'm going to pull a 3.5 inch cant off of this to make it lighter and easier to move around. That means my next cut is 15 3/8. 3.5 plus 1/8 for the kerf. Again with the moving. That's what happens when there's stress cracks in them. Let me reset the mill. We'll come back. Okay, so we've got the log rolled over. The question is, where's the next cut? Well, I've measured it. I am 13 there, and I am 10-ish there. So the next magic number is 10 3/4, because these are going to be 3.5 inch cants, just like the last one. To get to 10 3/4, that's 3.5 times 3 plus 1/8 times 2. It's just the way it works out. So the next cut's going to be 10 3/4. Let's see if the mill will run. That'll be firewood. I don't think there's a 2x4 in there anywhere, but it is heavy. Oh. So that was 10 3/4. The next cut is at 7 1/8. 3.5 times 2 plus 1/8. 7 1/8. running better than it was all day. I'm going to get that off, we'll reset, I'll bring you back. I see I forgot the bucket that time. Oh well, I'm old, I forget things. Anyway, next cut and the last cut for today is 3.5 inches. It's the last cut because the sun's down over the horizon. I don't like cutting when it gets dark because you never know what you're going to do. You never know who's going to run into you. I'd rather not cut in the dark. So I'm going to make one more cut and that'll be it for the day. Tomorrow we'll come back and we'll cut the 2x4s out of the cants. Yeah, so after me saying I forgot the bucket, I forgot the bucket again. Anyways, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. So it's the next day. We're back at the sawmill. We've got sun today, which means it's cold. Our next cut should be 9 5/8. If you don't have one of these cheater cards, you really have to make one. One side I've got my 1.5 inch dimensions, other side I've got my 3.5 dimensions. You can make them up for whatever you want, for 2 inch dimensions, 4 inch dimensions, 1 inch dimensions. All it is a quick reference. I'll get you a photo of it. A quick reference so that you don't have to stop and think what's my next cut each time. You've got them pre-planned. You can plan out your cants by picking whatever dimensions you need. Make a cheat sheet, keep it handy, save you a lot of time. Anyway, I'm going to make my next cut. I've got the sawmill figured out. It had a plugged air filter. We'll see how the run's today. Anyway, yeah, next cut, 9 5/8. you can see why I wanted that stress crack oriented in the way that it was. Yep, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Let me get these 4 off, we'll bring you back. So, my next cut is at 8, and then it's 6 3/8, 4 3/4, 3 1/8, 1 1/2. I'm going to make those cuts. You can watch in a time lapse if you want.